So what do you have here? A corporation borrows some money, $1.49 million, to expand its line of shoes. Some of the money was borrowed at 3%, some was borrowed at 4%, and some was borrowed at 6%. So I'm going to, kind of outline this for you. The money at 3% and the money at 4% and the money at 6%. Going to kind of speed the process up though. But I'm going to say X is the money. X equals the money at 3%. And I'm going to say Y is the money at 4%. And I'm going to say Z is the money at, what is it, 6%, right? And by the way, this money is in millions. So I'm going to say it's in millions. And let me make sure I'm saying that right. So if X were 1, it would be $1 million. If Y was 0.5, $500,000. If Z was 0.7, it would be $700,000. So the first thing I'll write down is I'm going to write down X plus Y plus Z equals 1.49. Let's not worry about the numbers at this point. And how do I know that? That's what they borrowed, $1.49 million. Some of the money was borrowed at 3, 4, and 6. Use this equation to determine how much was borrowed at each rate, given the annual interest rate was $72,200. Well, I'm going to write that down. Now, by the way, when I write down $72,200, I have to be concerned about this, and I'll tell you why. It's in millions, all right? The money's being borrowed in millions. So I got to convert it into a number that this is going to produce this interest of 72,000. Right, I'll put this over here, 200, 72,200. And it's going to be 0.03. And that's tough. I'm going to continue to write this down, by the way. And I really want to be very careful about this. And I have to take the number and multiply it by 1,000,000. So I'm going to put down 10 to the 6 here. Right? And then I'm going to do 10 to the 6. Because they're in millions. The X is in millions. And then what do you get? The interest rate is 0.04. That's going to be Y plus 10 to the 6. And that's going to be 0.06. Z. I'll clean this up in a moment. All right? And then let's keep reading it. Let's see. It goes on to say, use this equation to determine how much money was borrowed at each rate given that the annual interest, blah, 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 and the amount borrowed at 6%. Well, the amount borrowed at 6% is actually Z. So the amount borrowed at 6% was 4 times the amount borrowed at 3%, and that's going to be X. All right? Now, by the way, I realize for a lot of students, it's awful looking. I mean, it really is awful looking. And what I want to write down, what the system would look like to me. All right? So as I do that, I got to be careful. And I'm going to write the first line down, which is really easy, by the way. What do you get? 1, 1, 1, a bar, and 1.49. That's done. Right. This other guy's trouble for me, though. What do you got? I'm going to divide both sides by, 10 to the 6. So I'm going to say it's 0.03, 0.04, and then 0.06. What I want to do, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm saying 10 to the 6 is actually 10 squared times 10 to the 4. All right? So let me put that down instead. Let me erase this over here. I'm going to get this whole thing done again. 1, 1, 1. And I want to point out I'm using this for a reason, by the way, because I want that to make the numbers easier. So what do you get? 3, 4, and then you get 6. And I'm going to divide both sides by 10 to the 4. All right? So I'm going to take the 72, 2, 0, 0, and 10 to the 4 looks like this over here. And that, if I did the numbers, what's it going to be? If I did that, I get 7.22. All right. That last line, though, is a doozy. And I'm going to write down, I'm going to solve that for 0, and I'm going to say it's actually 4. That's what the x is. There's no y's in that, right? There's no y's in that. But there is a z, but I had to subtract it, so it's minus 1. And what do you get there? You get 0. All right? So I'm going to say I got my augmented matrix down. And I realized for a lot of students that the numbers are awful. They really are. All right? They don't want to deal with them. But I'm going to get my eraser out, and I think I can handle it. Erase this all up here. By the way, again, I can't say this enough times. It's the amount barred there. This is why the amount barred there, and that's C. And that's in millions, by the way. So what I want to do is I want to start looking at it, and I see some easy things to do, by the way. So, for example, I'm going to say minus 3, row 1, plus row 2, and give it to row 2. I put that down for you. So you get minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. And, 3 times, the $1.49, that's going to be what? That's going to be 3, let's say it's $1.50, right? So that'd be $4.50, but I got to take away from that. So it's 4.47. All right, let me just repeat that again. 3 times $1.49 is 3. Then you get the $1.20. That's $4.20, and then 3 times the 9 is 27 cents. Yeah, $4.47. And row 2 is just simply 3, 4, 6, and 7.22. I'm going to get my line out, add them together. You get 0. This gives you 1. This gives you 3. And I got some work to do here, right? So I'm going to say, let's see, 253. I got to do the arithmetic, by the way. 253 and 22. And that would give me 275. Let me get my eraser out. Yeah, I know it's problematic. And I need to erase things. And what am I going to erase over here is row 2. Let me put that down for you. This gets erased. And you get 0, 1, 3, 2.75. I'm going to erase my chicken scratch over here. Don't need it anymore. Of course, if I'm wrong, I'll know I'm wrong by looking at the key. Life doesn't have a key, by the way. Let's put the next one down. And the next one I'm going to put down, it's kind of arbitrary what you're doing, but I'm going to say minus 4, row 1, plus row 3, and give it to row 3. So what do you get? Minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, and that would be minus, let's see, again, I'm looking at it as like a $1.50, and that would be, 4 times $1.50 would be 6. But I got to take away the 4 cents from that. So it's going to be $5.96. All right? And let's put the other row down. It's going to be 4, 0, minus 1, and 0. And I think I can do it. What do you got over there? 0, minus 4, minus 5, minus 5.96. I'm going to multiply that by minus 1. All right, where's that go? Row 3. And again, I'm multiplying by minus 1. What do you get? 0, 4, 5, and 5.96. All right, get my eraser out. This is going now. And I think I'm getting really close to an answer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do minus 4, row 2, plus row 3, and give it to row 3. Let's put that down. So you get 0, minus 4, minus 12. Now Now 4 times 275, let me put this down, 2.75, and 4 times that. You're certainly going to get 8, right? And 4 times 75 is $3, right? So what are you going to get? Nice number. You get what? 8 and 3 is 11. All right? That's not so bad. Let's write this down now. You get 0, 4, 5, and 5.96. Let's add together. 0, 0. That's going to be 7, minus 7, I'm sorry. And then, I'm sorry, I said 11. It's minus 11. My fault. I just noticed that. So what do you get there? Let's see. You're going to get 504. Let me just check that. Let's see. 4. Yeah, 504. I think I got it. Let's write this down. And I'm going to say that last row, I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to say 7 into 5.04. Put a decimal there. That would be 7. And 7 times 7 is 49, right? And what do you get there? 14. That would be 2. So we got that last row. I'll put this down. This one, my eraser's not too big. And what do you get there? You get 0, 0, 1. And that's going to be 0.72. All right, I think I can work my way backwards now. Let's erase this here. And yes, I know it's really tedious for a lot of students, particularly if you're really weak with arithmetic. And I am really weak with it. A lot of people, I've noticed, are really good with arithmetic. They just sail through these problems here. But anyway, let me write this down for you. And I know that the z is 0.72. Now, by the way, that corresponds to millions, so that'd be $720,000. So I can write that down, $720,000. And did I write that? I don't think I did something wrong there. Got a comma in the wrong spot there. Sorry about that. $720,000. And that's going to be at the 6%, at 6%. Put a little box in that now. All right, let's go to the next row. What do you get over there? You're going to get y. I just did this one. Now we're doing this one. Y plus, well, 3z. That's 3 times 0.72. That's 210, 216. Equals 2.75. So I think I know what y is now. What's y going to be? Well, I'm going to subtract 216 from both sides. Let's see, that's 69. Looks like 59, right? 0.59. So I'm going to say, again, it's in millions, so what do I get? I get $590,000 at, and again, working our way backwards to the 4% now. I'll put a box in that. Now, by the way, I think I can do the rest. All right. Now, what do I mean by that? The total's got to be $1.49 million. Well, I'm going to add those two numbers together and take it away from $1.49 million. Well, let's put this down. And you got 590, 720, 0, 0, 0, 0. 9 and 2 is 11. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's see if I did that right. I made a mistake somewhere. 0, 0, 0, 0, 9, 2 is 11. I see it now. Get my eraser out. I just sloppiness. It's the commas really what's sloppy. That's 0. 9 and 2 is 11. Let's see, 8, 13, right? So 1.310, right? And they got 1.49. So let's write this down. 149, 0, 0, 0, 0. And we're going to take a 1, 310. These are big numbers, aren't they? Subtract. Let's see, 8, $180,000. Let's write that down. $180,000 at 3%. All right, I know it's tough. Let's look at the key. Let's see what they said. Gee, got that. Gee, I got that. Gee, I got that. All right. I don't mind people using calculators to do this problem, and I would strongly suggest you learn how to use a machine to do problems. Right. It's in your interest to learn how to use the machine, by the way. Thank you.